A long time ago, before the time of our human forefathers, it is believed that all varieties of animals, fishes, birds, and plants lived harmoniously with one another. They flourished in carefree abandon, not a care in the world environment. But then one day there was a huge wave of darkness that enveloped the entire earth in its shadows. Once darkness took up home with the living, night and day would keep playing hide and seek for days, with no fixed pattern or intervals. This interrupted all activities on the earth as darkness and daylight would come and go at their whims and fancies. This uncertainty was taking a toll on all the inhabitants of earth. It created unending whispers of worry between the animals and birds, fish and plants, and all living creatures. The birds were the wisest of the lot. They were the first to call an assembly to discuss and resolve the day and night crisis at hand. As the birds gathered to put their heads together, they unanimously looked at the wise owl and asked him to give his opinion on the best and amicable solution to the disruptive situation which had besieged their unmarred freedom. So the owl stood upright, and clearing his throat, he said, "Thank you, my dear friends, for putting your faith in me. I suggest that there should be 9 days of darkness and 9 days of daylight. 9 days we will welcome darkness, and the next 9 days we will enjoy the bright daylight." He expected appreciation from the council on what he thought was a prudent recommendation, but instead all the birds started vociferously opposing it, saying, "Now that cannot be. That cannot be. What kind of solution is this?" The assemblage of birds was so unhappy with the owl's suggestion that they all slapped him on his head. "You fool, if we still have to endure the long periods from each, how does it make it any better for us?" "This is not at all the answer to our problem," they all echoed and continued the rhythmic thwack thwack, and the smack and blows kept raining on his head. The owl was hit so many times that his handsome, shapely head flattened out. Lothas till today speak of this story and believe that this is the reason the owl's head became flat and ugly, that he decided to become nocturnal, waking up only during the dark. After rejecting the owl's unacceptable proposal, the birds started their search again. Who will speak next? We need wise interventions. Who among us is wise enough to give us the right solution? That is when the hummingbird volunteered, saying, "I shall say." All the voices silenced out at the sheer boldness of the hummingbird. They lent their ears to listen to what the hummingbird had to say. Hummingbird said, "Why don't we have equal amount of daylight, followed by the same amount of darkness fitted into one day? This could be our routine, so that we never have too much nor too less of either. We need to work and we need to rest, so this will meet with both our needs. And of course, once this is fixed, we will be able to plan everything better." There was a huge uproar of thumping and excitement on hearing these words. That is a perfect solution. Hummingbird's suggestion is right. The birds were so happy with the wisdom of the hummingbird that they started caressing him repeatedly in gratitude. One bird would say, "Hey, hummingbird, great answer. You are so wise." Then another would congratulate him with more caress. "You are everyone's hero. Wonderful idea. We are so indebted to you." This continued for so long that by the time all the birds had thanked and caressed him, the hummingbird, who was the size of a healthy rooster until then, reduced to a small, tiny bird we see today. That is why, following their wise and much admired ancestor, the current generation of hummingbird are as tiny as the human baby's palm. As for us, thanks to the wise hummingbird, now we have an orderly distribution of day and night.